pharmaceutical space then. Nitin Agrawal, Pharma Analyst at IDFC Securities, joins in from the sidelines of the IDFC conference. Nitin, hi. Thank you very much for taking the time out this afternoon. Well, I'm sure that there must have been a lot of queries on Dr. Reddy's today, which you might have fielded. So can you tell us about how you have read the news with regards to Dr. Reddy's today?
Hi, thanks for having me on the show. I mean, on Dr. Reddy's, I think the market clearly overreacted to the piece of news, especially around the lawsuit which was there, because till the time, frankly, the lawsuit, the class action suit, as the lawyer calls it, gets accepted by the courts, I don't think that has really any merit, or one needs to be really worried about that. So it's probably more of a knee-jerk reaction, which I guess stock seems to have stabilized from there on. We're not worried with that.
Nitin, hi, morning. But what's your call on Dr. Reddy's? Because it's already corrected quite a bit. Do you think it's offering good risk reward? Would you be a buyer of Dr. Reddy's at current levels?
Yes, I mean, I completely agree with you. At the levels where it is, the risk reward is now getting exception. It's reasonably favorable in favor of Dr. Reddy's now. I mean, the only risk which really remains right now is if the issues potentially escalate further to an import alert. If Dr. Reddy's is not able to do a good job of satisfying the FDA's concerns in the warning letter, which in our view the probability of that happening is pretty low. So all put together, I think assuming if the import alert doesn't materialize, it's very favorable risk reward situation at these levels. Because as things are, nothing much changes in the business for the time being. FDA has given Dr. Reddy's time to a clear roadmap to comply with the norms which they expect, and we expect Dr. Reddy's will successfully achieve that.
Why is the probability low of an import alert according to you?
I mean, our sense is, there are two things. One is, FDA has viewed Dr. Reddy's responses, and if they were serious enough, FDA would have probably moved ahead with an import alert.
Okay.
They've given Dr. Reddy's a chance. They've given a roadmap for them to in terms of things they need to do to comply with the norms which FDA found as far as with the FDA norms. And our belief is that given the Dr. Reddy's capabilities, they will be able to do a good job of satisfying or meeting FDA's requirements, and they will not falter in that.
Okay. Just coming back with regards to the news, particularly with regards to these lawsuits that Dr. Reddy's has seen since, post the warning letter update that came in on the 6th of November. It seems as though there are a series of lawsuits or investigations which have come in by multiple law firms in the US. Is that a normal practice that we've seen with other companies as well, which might have seen US FDA issues? And how serious would it be in the entire context of multiple lawsuits and not just one?
So my own sense is if some of these lawsuits actually get to the court level, where the court accepts these petitions, it's when probably need to worry about the implications of these things happening. Right now they're only in a statement of intent, if you will, from the various lawyers. Till the time the court actually considers serious enough to accept to accept one of these petitions, I mean, I will not be. I mean, there's honestly nothing much to read into it right now.
Okay, Nitin, apart from Dr. Reddy's, then it's not been good going for pharma of late, at least the large cap pharma. You've seen problems with Sun, you've seen some problems with Cipla, Lupin has also corrected. What's the pecking order as far as the large cap pharma sector is concerned?
I mean, given we continue to like Sun Pharma and Dr. Reddy's in the large caps over Lupin and Cipla, and I guess the correction which has happened in both Sun Pharma and Dr. Reddy's just makes a risk reward even more favorable in these two names. So our pecking order in the large caps really remains Sun, Dr. Reddy's, over Lupin and Cipla. Okay.
Nitin, I wanted to ask you about the recent reports with regards to acquisitions of Sun Pharma. The likelihood that maybe they could acquire Novartis's business or the generics business in Japan, we understand. And additionally, Sun as well as Cipla and Glenmark possibly bidding for Teva's US generic portfolio, which is basically overlapping with Allergen. Your thoughts on both of these? In your opinion, is it beneficial at all?
So I guess it's difficult to take a view on the Japanese acquisition. I mean that's good. In a sense, that's an interesting, innovative deal if assuming it happens. But frankly, we'll have to wait and watch what products come through, and what exactly the contours of the deal. So that's a really difficult one to call. on the divestment opportunities which the Teva Allergan merger will throw up, I'm assuming that's going to be a pretty large, while Teva has not still disclosed the value of the products which will get divested. But I mean, that is that'll be a pretty large basket, presumably given the size of the two companies. And we will have multiple companies bidding for different parts of that business that will come up. So I guess it's fair to assume that depending upon the kind of products different people are interested in, a lot of companies would be interested in those assets, especially with companies who probably are looking to fill in certain gaps in the US pipeline, or who don't have too many new products getting launched over the next, say, about a couple of years. They would be very interested in buying some of those assets out.
Okay. Finally then, in the mid-cap space, what would be your top pick?
In the mid-caps, I think we like three names in particular. We like Strides Aqualab, we like Torrent Pharma, and we like NATCO Pharma. We believe these three are extremely differentiated stories with very strong near to medium-term growth visibility, and with very strong, with very interesting, with multiple sort of growth drivers and upside triggers for each of these guys.
Okay. Fair enough, Nitin. We leave it on that note. Thank you very much for joining in and talking to us. So that's the view coming in from IDFC Securities with regards to the pharma space. Some of the statements which are flashing on your screen. Time for a break now. But Anup Kumar Mittal of